Welcome to CNET's live coverage of Samsung's Unpacked event. Today, we're expecting the Samsung Galaxy S20, the Galaxy Z Flip, and maybe some other things. I'm Maya Zaktra alongside Bridget Carey and Jeff Bacalar.
Hello.
Let's give you a rundown of today's plan. We're in our New York studio. We'll be checking in with Shara Tipkin, who's at the event in San Francisco. Then we'll stream Unpacked live. If you guys have any questions or comments about what's coming up from Samsung, you probably know everything already, but let us know. Tweet us with the hashtag CNETLive. Okay, guys, let's start off with the Samsung Z Flip. Samsung decided to run an ad for it during the Oscars. In the ad, you see the clamshell device with its foldable screen. In very tiny print on the bottom of the video is a message saying, "You may notice a crease in the center of the main screen," which is a natural characteristic of the screen. Bridget, what do you think about this move by Samsung to be like, hey, here it is?
Yeah, like we always are used to leaks at this point with Samsung, but like, a full commercial before the actual event, that's new. But it obviously makes sense because everyone's been recently talking about the Motorola Razr, which, is this what I have on the table in front of me? Did I bring a Motorola product to a Samsung pre-show?
It's possible.
Yeah. So with everyone talking about this, we're all obviously thinking about what is Samsung going to do.
What do you think, Jeff?
Can I see that? Thank you.
You can go right ahead.
So I just got my hands on this thing about 10 minutes ago, and it's a steaming hot McMurray right here. Is what this is. Look, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is the first time I've held it. It's very heavy. It's a cool idea, but we all agree, right? Like this just doesn't feel good.
It's got bumpy wumpies.
It's got a bumpy screen.
Look, if that thing costs like $299, I'm all over it. I'll
Totally.
get one, put my SIM in there, move it around. But at $1,500, it's a very hard sell. It's a really cool concept. And I love the fact that something different is coming out. We have the Galaxy Fold. Now we got the Razr actually out in the market. And with the Z Flip, do you think Samsung could do a better job with this? Because you're talking about lumpy wumpy. There's a discussion about the Z Flip having an actual glass panel that could fold.
A foldable glass?
Yeah,
ultra thin glass.
Yeah, because with the Galaxy Fold, that just didn't look pretty with plastic. So yeah,
No.
can this be? Also, I wonder how tough it is. I want Samsung to talk about durability. If it's such a thin glass screen, I mean, gosh, you'd hate that if it's easy to crack if you accidentally, drop it. I mean, obviously people have cases, but you know what I mean. If you're going to spend this kind of cash on a phone, you want it to be able to handle, just as well as any other phone would.
Well, so when the Fold came out, everyone was like, "Oh my God, there's a crease in this phone."
Right.
Mm.
So I get it. They're like getting out ahead of that because they're expecting everyone to not, I guess pay a lot of attention.
It doesn't
to
feel
that
premium
again.
when when you're feeling that
No,
divot a little bit.
It feels kind of bad. Like the fact that I can, and again, this is a Motorola phone. It's not but they're all, the foldable screens are all kind of the same at this moment in time. Well, but I'm sure
It depends on the hinge system that they're using too. Like there is no real crease because of how it's like kind of going into itself. If you show the camera here,
But
you can
Bridget,
bend it.
I'm not crazy. I can see 3 separate creases in this phone.
I meant a hard crease because it's
Right.
trying to go into itself a little
Sure.
bit with a U shape.
It
and
is
hide
wild.
that.
You can feel the technology under it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like that's all. It's cool. I like that it gets real small and you put it in your pocket.
All right, so
So yeah, they're all trying to solve the problem of you can finally put it in your pocket again. Well, is that the problem that needs solving, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's a lot cheaper to just get jeans to be different.
Exactly. Get an added pocket, get it tailored, all set. You can put a 6.9-inch screen in your pocket eventually. Now, video matches all the leaks we've seen. We talked about the Z Flip already. We talked about the Razr. The Z Flip is supposed to be cheaper than the Fold, which costs over $1,900.
Which is just appalling.
But also has I think 6 cameras and all kinds of bells and whistles to make it really, really premium.
Yeah, what are they saying that the Flip is going to be? What, 1,400 maybe?
1,400 is the rumor. Reports are saying that it's going to have a 6.7-inch screen, and in the video you can see it's got a central hole punch, kind of like the Note does.
Oh,
here's a Note
here's the
10
Note.
Plus 5G.
So this is what they mean by that little hole punch there, But what I want to know is, what is that Flip camera going to be different? How's it really going to perform, right? Because I'm not buying, as much as it's fun to show off new form factors, if you're spending that kind of money, you want to make sure that you're not behind with your camera.
Yeah, the camera quality on the Motorola Razr has not been great, to say the least, from what we've seen. Now, I haven't used this phone personally. I've seen the image samples, and oh boy.
Not great.
As long as you have like a ton of light, it's great. Like every other camera on the planet. If you have lots of light, it's great. But if you run into low light, or I believe it keeps the shutter open for a long time, so you can actually get more light in. But that leads to blurry photos, which I know everyone loves when you're spending $1,500. You're like, you know what, that camera stinks. That's great.
I don't want to be all negative. It's nice that we're trying new things, guys.
Sure.
But it's that price point.
Well,
right?
the thing is, if the Z Flip can have a similar price point and has a better camera and is supposedly going to have a better processor, a whole bunch of like Samsung like decked out specs, that could make it maybe worth $1,400. That's still to me a huge ask for the first version of a clamshell from Samsung.
The Razr has the legacy brand. I think a lot of I genuinely think people are nostalgic for that.
I mean, they're so nostalgic. There's even a mode on here to be nostalgic.
Yeah, there's a cool.
There you
I
go.
mean, like
You see the retro mode?
That's
Yeah.
cool for like 15 seconds. I think like,
Yeah.
and it's got that lip like the old Razr did too, which is kind of neat. I just think, that's kind of what this is, right? For me, I'm with you guys. I want to see this, but with modern 2020 specs, because that's not what that phone is.
And also, we just picked it up a few times, and it's like Fingerprint City. But
essentially, I'd imagine this is almost a design concept that came to reality, and also you've got the idea of manufacturing this at scale, because finding one of these is very, very difficult.
It's very hard, right?
One of CNET's own, Eli Blumenthal went out trying to find this thing, and he had to call tons and tons of stores because it's a very limited stock of the Razr, and surprisingly, they're selling out even though the price is so high. People are still buying it. They're going after it. And it really makes me think, like, do people care about specs anymore? Because, this doesn't have all the same crazy doodads as the Note, which I could turn on real fast. This is the Note 10 Plus 5G. This has got 5G. This Moto doesn't. So do people even care anymore about, like, okay, amazing specs, 16 gigabytes of RAM? Who cares? Does it flip? It flips.
Well, that's the thing. The form factor is the best feature of that phone. So I think phones have kind of reached a level right now where they're all pretty freaking good. Like you're not going to get a new phone now and just be like, oh, what a piece of garbage. It's just not. That's not where we're at right now. It's kind of like when you buy a new laptop. Like most laptops are pretty good. People are more concerned about the price. You need to have some sort of gimmick and a wow factor, like you said. So that's what people, what I believe, are looking for now in 2020 when it comes to new phones. Because, like I said, most brand new phones are going to be you're just using it as a $1,000 Facebook machine anyway. So
I don't think anyone's on Facebook anymore, though.
Instagram, TikTok machine anyway. So, any phone can do that.
Enough about the Z Flip. Let's talk about the next Galaxy S. It's rumored to be called the S20. That's right. The last one was the S10. Now we're talking about the S20. All the leaked images show a very sleek device for the most part. Reports say we're going to see 3 models: the S20, the S20 Plus, and the S20 Ultra. That'd be a new one. On the back, from all the images we've seen, is a massive camera bump. Pricing has been reported to start around $1,000 up to $1,300 to $1,400 for the Ultra. There's even a video posted of what is supposed to be the new S20s right now.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh,
That almost looks like a fake Photoshop of like someone having a laugh.
Hold on. I'm in the mood to play some dominoes, guys. Like,
that's a massive bump.
oh, sorry, is this a camera I have or a game?
Like you could put this on top. Like it's going to take up it appears to take up a sizable amount of the back.
Can you get this, Brian,
How
on
many
the
lenses
camera
are there?
above
I
us?
can't really see.
We're having some fun here with dominoes, and we're like, yep, that's
what it's
there
gonna
you
look
go.
like.
There you go. Exclusive first look.
If you wanted to mock up, I believe it's going to have like 5 cameras or 6 on the back. I can't remember anymore because of the amount of different variants of the S20. There's the 20, the Ultra, and the Plus, which is the wrong order, but tons and tons of cameras.
Don't you think in years past Samsung has had like a fragmentation problem with like they've got 90 SKUs for every phone, and then maybe it like thinned out a little bit, and now if all these rumors are to be believed, they're going to enter that issue again of just having so many freaking things.
I think you're totally right.
Confusion, right?
The S10 was a really good example of that because you had the S10e, that was the economy or essential version.
Yeah.
Then there was the S10 regular, which is the middle one. Then there was the S10 Plus. Then there was one with 5G, so that's the S10 Plus 5G. This is already confusing. Then there's the S10 Lite, which just came out. So yeah, I would think with the S20, even though they would jump these numbers, what they could possibly do is simply simplify things. I go,
Here's your chance.
It's 20, and so that we know you're getting used to that. So there's no more E, there's no more light. It's just base plus ultra.
Megazord, Ultrazord.
That's later. That's for the plus 5G. The rumors are saying that the S20 is going to have all of the US. All the US versions will have 5G, which would be a big get. The Z Flip rumored not to have 5G as well.
Right. We were talking, before with the folding, flipping one. Like, oh, the camera's gonna be bad. Well, there's so much camera on this. I mean, the Ultra. What was it, like 100 and what megapixels? 108? What are you doing with all the like, I want 1,000. You just 200 megapixels, 300.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, that just might be a smart marketing thing too. Like it used to be,
at what point does it matter anymore if you're just posting it on Instagram?
We used to have more and more megapixels, and then somehow it's sort of topped at a 12 to 16 for a long time. Sensor sizes got bigger. Low light photography became more important.
And
video
the
quality
got way more.
They're going to talk about how much you can zoom in. Obviously, like that's going to be a big talk today. I imagine.
Yeah, some of the leaked images have underneath the giant domino the phrase "space zoom 100x."
You could see like a planet.
I don't really know what they're planning to do with that.
That's cool.
I've seen.
I like that.
It looks like you can zoom in from very far away.
You could probably just see Jupiter.
That's the goal, I guess. Space
Jupiter.
Zoom. Just Jupiter, the biggest one.
They're gonna open up with like that big red dot storm on Jupiter.
Live shot.
Like, this is an S20 Ultra.
You can't. I think. I'm just thinking about if there's actually branding. When's the last time you saw like a little like extra language on a device? I think I was joking with Brian earlier. Like it's like saying auto reverse on your Walkman. It's like, wow, you have a feature? We should write it on the actual device. It's like, well, no. Why would you? You don't. It didn't say micro SD on this. It doesn't say headphone jack.
Yeah, but like
maybe they're trying to hide a sensor.
Badge
maybe they're just trying to hide a sensor on it, right? Because why did they spend all that space writing it unless maybe there's something underneath? I don't know.
That is wild that we haven't entered that realm for phones where like. On the back, it says like Snapdragon 855.
Of the old laptops, they just have sticker and sticker.
Yeah, like a car badge, like 3.8 Ti.
This is the iPhone SE 2. How come that's not? That should actually be printed on the thing.
Yeah, badge it up, man.
A lot of people. I'm reading the comments.
Don't read the YouTube
They're not bad.
Chat.
They're like, let's see, it's all marketing. S7 Edge was the best Samsung phone. What do you think about that one?
I don't remember that phone.
It was the Edge one. The first double edge one, I think.
Oh, it was the first one to like wrap it around?
I think
the
so.
waterfall?
Maybe that's the S6, but I don't know. They're kind of like, they kind of all seem the same at this point, which is really sad to say. Back to the S20, it's supposed to have very small bezels, like this is the S10 Plus. So you can see there's like barely any bezels on this guy. It's very light. It's really works really well. It's got that in-screen fingerprint sensor. So we're gonna have a lot of that same stuff.
You think they're going to still keep going with the screen fingerprint sensor on the next ones?
Yeah, I mean, based on the images we saw.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of room on the back. I mean, they could put anything they want instead of having this giant bump. Maybe add a whole other screen on the back. I don't know, but yeah, I think in-screen fingerprint sensors is the way to go when it comes to Samsung devices. I believe there was, I want to say it's Qualcomm who makes the actual sensor. The new one is supposed to be, I think, 17 times larger, so you're not like trying to put your finger right on that spot.
Well, what's cool is the Note 10 added the little spot, like the little floating icon for your fingerprint.
Right. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
because I remember the
the
one before S10 didn't have that, so you were kind of fishing around.
They've added that in software.
This is a little more realistic.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, having a much easier location, and you're not really like. I know there have been complaints about the ultrasonic version because it is hard to find.
Yeah.
And trying to line up your finger perfectly with a small sensor is a real pain.
It also doesn't work that well. Let's get that out of the way.
That would be why it doesn't work so well, because you got to be very precise with that.
Would you rather have it continue this way or like go back to like having it on the side?
Genuinely would like it as its own separate piece of hardware. The one on the screen, I mean, look, prove me wrong. Like I'd love to see one that just works the way it's designed and promised. But like you wash your hands, it doesn't work right after. Your hand is like, I don't know, like the drier it gets in the winter, I find it harder for my phone to read my fingerprint. I'm a dry man. I have dry hands.
You might want to reteach it as you get drier, so you have multiple fingerprints of that thumb.
Maybe you're right. just go outside and have it train on my dry
learn that.
ass
So
finger.
this is a Jeff problem. This is not a Samsung or
you're
Qualcomm
right.
problem.
It's true.
This is you need to step outside
It's better than being an oily.
where it is dry.
Yeah,
if you're
I
oily, it's
guess.
another situation. That's true.
Yeah, no, that makes okay. I'll try that out. But either way, it does not work as well. It's not just dry Jeff. It's a lot of people have problems with these.
I've heard this from
Yes,
other people.
it's not just me.
I've still got the old Note 8 with the back fingerprint sensors.
I like that.
All right. Hold
What?
that thought.
Why?
No, hold it. Okay, we're gonna get a better look at Unpacked because we got Shara Tipkin in San Francisco right now. What's it like over there?
Hey guys, sorry, it's really loud and the connection is terrible, so I can't really hear you. So we're at the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco. It's down by Golden Gate Bridge. Really, really pretty area. The weather is insanely nice today. And so we're all just crowded in here waiting for this to get started. It's really interesting. Samsung's taking some precautions for coronavirus. So they have thermal imaging cameras, and they're planning to not let anyone attend who looks like they're visibly sick. They also have masks for people if they want them, and hand sanitizer, and all kinds of things to kind of take precautions, because there are literally, I don't know if you get to see the crowd, there are thousands of people in here, while we're waiting for this to get started.
So I can't hear us right. I'm going to speak loudly. Do you think the S20 will fare well out there, considering all the leaks we know? It seems like we know this phone's already going to exist. What do you think it's going to do in the market?
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said at the end. You said there's been a lot of leaks, but what did you ask me?
How do you think it'll fare against the market?
Oh, I mean, based on what we've heard, this is going to kind of set the bar for high-end flagship phones. The belief is that this is going to have 5G. The thing that people are going to care about more is it's expected to have this, crazy, powerful camera. And, that's one of the biggest factors for people, if not the biggest factor, when people are looking at new phones to buy. So I think that these will kind of raise the bar for everybody else who's making a phone this year, and we'll, have to see what people do. And then, there's also the rumored Flip, which they showed off at the Oscars. That could really do a lot for the foldables market, especially if it arrives as soon as some of the rumors say, which is, basically would mean this goes on sale almost as soon as the Razr, which just became available last week.
What's the vibe like right now? Are people talking about Z Flips? Are they talking about S20s, or is it subdued?
There's like a steady kind of hubbub of people talking. I think people usually ahead of these events, we're not really necessarily talking about phones or, everybody's just catching up, saying hi. It's very crowded in here. We got here at 9, so we were here pretty early, but, this whole venue, I'll kind of turn so you guys can see, is basically completely full at this point. So everybody's just kind of waiting for it to get started. They let us in a little earlier than they normally do, so we've kind of had basically an hour and a half to just be hanging out here, waiting for it to start.
So outside the Z Flip and the S20, are you expecting any other pieces of hardware to be shown off today?
The Galaxy Buds, they basically confirmed that those are coming, so that'll be an update to their wireless headphones. We're all kind of hoping also for their first smart speaker, the Galaxy Home Mini is what the rumor is. They showed off a bigger version of this, and I think almost 2 years ago, and we've never seen it. It has not gone on sale, but they're expected to come out with like a cheap, smaller version. So we might finally see that. Their CEO of the electronics business had made some comments about this recently. So that's something we could see. But guys, I'm gonna go and try to fight the Wi-Fi and get set up for this year.
Thanks a lot, Shara.
Thanks.
All right, thanks. Bye.
I asked you guys on Twitter the other day, what do you want to see out of Samsung's event? Here's what you had to say. Michael said, an origami phone folded any way you like. I like that idea.
Michael sounds like fun. I want to party with Mike.
Shaharth said, affordable 5G ready, top-notch camera performance with agile performance. That always sounds good. Sean Y says, Galaxy Z Flip versus Moto Razr. So keep those comments coming in with the hashtag CNET Live. Or if you're in the YouTube channel, I'm also watching that. We've already talked about the Razr. Let's move it on where we're going to talk about the other products like Shara was mentioning. The Galaxy Home Mini, which would be running Bixby, the video leaked of it already by Max Weinbach. And it opens up and it says, "Hi, I'm Bixby." And then I immediately, my eyes started rolling into my head. I'm like, no, why? Why is this happening? You guys think there's
a real attention getter?
Is there room for a Bixby as a smart speaker?
Of course not.
They'd have to really talk about like some new Bixby trick that makes it worth it, because why?
I mean,
there's the video now.
Most people I know are increasingly frustrated with Alexa and Siri and Google Assistant.
If you need help,
no, the answer is no. Bixby's. Do you think Bixby is going to take off ever?
You know, the thing is, they bought a company called Vi, and Vi was the original creators of Siri. Now, Vi was supposed to be a lot smarter than Bixby, and they were going to try to integrate those two things. That has not happened as far as I know. The thing about Bixby is that it's essentially, it's really, really behind things like Google Assistant with machine learning algorithms, all of this natural language processing.
They're so behind.
They are, and that's one of the weirder things. Why would you insist on creating this assistant other than for data collection or finding out how people are using their machines a little bit better?
The only thing I can see is if they play the long game and they just start automatically putting Bixby in all of their home appliances, and then you got folks who are like, well, I'm already talking to Bixby through my dishwasher and refrigerator, so I guess I'll just keep the Bixby going, because there's no other incentive.
But are any other assistants on Samsung like appliances?
Appliances, no, officially. I believe a couple of years ago they talked about putting Alexa on a fridge, and then they backed out of that entirely, and that never happened. So that
I know with Whirlpool, there's able to order things with Alexa, right? Yeah.
It's, I mean, like you said, technologically they're behind, and also on a branding wise, like that Bixby brand is just taking a beating. People hate it. I mean, it's the punchline to every, assistant. So like, it does seem sort of like a futile.
I mean, they tried. They put a dedicated Bixby button on their phones for a while.
And
then
everyone
they said
mapped it to something else.
They backed off on that. You weren't able to remap it at first, which was like really upsetting. It's like, what does this button do? Yeah. Essentially, it causes me to swear very loudly. Every time I press it, there's a swear word coming out of my mouth. It's like it's connected. But they allow you to remap it now slightly.
Right, they walked that back.
And I believe some phones are losing the Bixby button entirely. The Note's one of them. It's got a power button and a rocker. Power button can be used as a Bixby button, but it's no longer as forced. Mm-hmm. So I just don't... If you couldn't get it off the ground when it was being forced on you, how are you going to get people to pay for the speaker version of it, unless it's got this crazy compatibility with all other speakers,
or really cheap, or do the thing that Google's been doing, where like it just suddenly is free with purchase of XYZ thing, and then and that's how you get it out there.
Well, that's what and look, I talk a lot of smack about Bixby. I also own a buttload of Samsung products. I use the Buds. I use a Note 10 Plus. And I don't use Bixby. It's just not a thing. And you can own all of these products and live completely independent of having to use Bixby. So
speaking about Buds, the
yeah.
Buds Plus leaked already. These are supposed to be the next generation version of their wireless, truly wireless.
They're good. They're good Buds. Man.
And so here's the thing: Samsung's already confirmed in a statement that they are coming out with this. Then the company also released a Buds Plus app for iOS ahead of today.
Okay.
There's even a video of the product because somebody got it on the 7th. DHL apparently shipped the guy the Buds Plus. There's a 10-minute video of the Cloud Blue version. He's playing around with it. Apparently it's got 3 mics, so it's got better noise cancellation. It's also got a bigger battery, so you got more battery life on this. I mean...
Okay.
Here we go. We got new Buds. Yeah. Maybe officially we'll find out.
Well, they already had the app on the Apple App Store for a while too.
That's kind of nice. They're like, hey guys, hey iOS, maybe you want some Buds Plus.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy to welcome new Buds Plus. I think the sound quality on the ones now is great. I don't really use them much for calling, but better battery. I'll always take that.
I think that what everyone's wondering is like the next step in these things is like, is there new types of sensors for health, new types of like
in your ears?
Yeah, like what is the thing that gets people talking in a different way? I don't mean actual talking conversations. I mean talking about Buds.
Right.
But yeah, like where is this a nice incremental upgrade, or like when are we going to see?
You could have fall detection. I'm not joking about that. Honestly, like if you fall down and get hurt, like it'd be nice if you're like you hear in your ear, are you okay?
Right, you just have to be wearing your buds when you fall.
I'm just saying,
so if you're going to fall, make sure you get
you're going out running, you can't hear, you got noise canceling, you get hit by a bus, you gotta.
Oh my God.
I gotta turn left right there. That was a huge one.
Yeah, that was. Ooh.
Somebody's asking, you're making fun of Bixby, but is Siri any better?
No.
I don't want to make this Apple Samsung thing going, but
no, I don't use Siri.
Siri used to be way ahead, and then Amazon and Google caught way up very quickly. And back to your point, Bridget, when it comes to cheap, you can get an Echo or Echo Dot for $20, or you can get a 5-pack, and then it's who needs a 5-pack? But you could do that.
Well, don't you guys think that, but in terms of all of the assistants right now, that between Alexa and Google, there's a good one. If you somehow the best parts of both of those, there is a good one in there. But they both have their weaknesses and strengths. Well,
there is a smart home alliance between Google, Amazon, and Apple that just happened last December. About an interview with one of the heads of Assistant that's coming out soon about discussing what they're doing with this.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to make it a lot easier for the people who are making these devices. They're not really worried about, can I make it work with all these 3 things? They have to write one code and then worry about the other stuff. So the fact that Bixby's not in that conversation, or other other smart home companies, that's kind of an interesting way to deal with the best of both worlds. If Alexa can talk to it and so can Assistant, maybe Siri can with this new deal.
Yeah, I'm using these assistants just to set timers, to set reminders. I'm not having long conversations anyways with my assistant and asking about the distance from the Earth to the moon. So, I don't really have a stake either way. At this point, I'm just kind of give me a new reason to care.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I have a couple Google Home Hubs in my house, and they are just glorified timers and photo frames.
It's good hands-free, commands.
And every now and then you find some sort of feature that you didn't know was there before, and you're like, oh, this is a little useful. I have one that's right next to my door to my garage.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. It looks like the Unpacked's going to begin. So let's take you there live. Don't forget, we'll be back with our post show to recap and analyze all the news. Remember to tweet your thoughts and questions. Jeff will still be confused when we get back. Use the hashtag CNET Live. Let's see what Samsung's going to show us right now.
When I'm down on the floor and all I do is smile, drifting into weeks or more when I don't touch base with myself, and when will I give it up, when will I put it down, when will it cease to be the only thing in my life that ain't nothing new? And so we shake up the day and we kick into play until the night turns into day. Push up the beat, keep it moving.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Head of UK Mobile Product Marketing, Rebecca Hurst.
Hello everyone and welcome to Samsung Galaxy Unpacked. Last year, right here in San Francisco, we added a whole new dimension to the smartphone experience with the revolutionary Galaxy Fold. The Fold was more than a new device. It was the first entry in an entirely new era of smartphone history. Today, we're taking another giant step forward. A giant step forward. We're changing the shape of the future with the Galaxy Z Flip, as I'd call it, the Z Flip. And smartphones are a part of our everyday lives, but this is no ordinary smartphone. It changes everything. Our phone's shape, size, and the very way we use it. That's what innovation, true innovation, is all about. The Galaxy Z Flip is a statement smartphone. It's for trendsetters and trailblazers. It's like nothing you've ever experienced before. in a new, perfectly compact form factor. This device is an icon, a standout smartphone for people who want to stand out. And it all starts with a playful, premium design. Let me show you. When it's closed, it is a thing of beauty. It's smooth and sleek and symmetrical. And at half its full size, it fits right in my palm and snugly in my pocket. And the cover display shows me all the information I might need at a glance. When I'm ready to use it, all I have to do is flip it open, and I get a full-size 6.7-inch screen with hardly any bezel. The ultimate immersive experience for the ultimate smartphone. And the color is just as stunning. Look at how it gleams whether I keep the phone open or closed. The Galaxy Z Flip comes in 3 gorgeous colors: mirror purple, mirror black, and in select countries, mirror gold. Ooh, you like that one? These stylish colors change when the light hits them, so you'll always be catching attention and turning heads. And when closed, it lets you disconnect without missing out. You can check the time, get notifications of a text, alarm, or a call. All the essentials are right there on the cover display. You can even take a selfie without opening up the phone. Just hold out the rear camera and use the cover screen as a viewfinder. With this phone, we've done the impossible and created ultra-thin glass that folds. Now, you might think that foldable glass would be brittle, but this glass is built to last, and it protects your screen from scratches. It's so durable, you can fold and unfold your phone over 200,000 times. Now, every time you fold it, you're not just bending glass, you're bending the laws of physics. You can see for yourselves, this phone and its display are like nothing ever made before. Unfolded, the Galaxy Z Flip puts entertainment in your hands with a cinematic screen, and with the world's first hole-punch camera in a foldable display, you get the same sprawling, expansive screen you've come to expect from Galaxy smartphones. And as an added bonus, we're giving Galaxy users access to YouTube Premium. Ooh! So, it's beautiful when it's closed, it's beautiful when it's open, but what about everything in between? We built a free-stop hinge so it can stay open at different angles, just like your laptop. We call it Flex Mode. In Flex Mode, you get a new kind of smartphone experience. Your screen is split into 2 parts, a viewing area and an interaction area. And we optimize some of your favorite apps for this so they'll automatically adjust. For example, if you're watching YouTube and you want to leave a comment, you can watch on the top half of your screen and comment on the bottom. You can even prop your phone up by itself and video chat or take a selfie, hands-free. Let me show you. So I'm going to take my phone out of my pocket and prop it here on the podium. And we're going to take a selfie. So open the camera app, and ready? Cheese! Let's see if my eyes are actually open in this one. So go down to the, open the gallery app, and you'll see I can scroll across the bottom half of the screen where some of my other pictures are saved. So here you'll see there's more of animals than there are of people, but that's just my life. You can see for yourselves, we custom-built a whole new mobile experience to take advantage of this unique form factor. And Flex Mode changes the boundaries of what's possible. Just imagine you'll be able to take a night hyperlapse video without a tripod, like the one you see here. We push mobile engineering to its limits to create this device, and none of it would have been possible without our new one-of-a-kind hideaway hinge. Oh yes, the hinge is the backbone of any folding phone. It quite literally holds the whole thing together, and it also prevents particles like dust and sand from getting into the phone and damaging the display. Now that's because folding phones have a tiny, tiny gap between the hinge and the device. We created a layer of fibers inside that tiny gap to keep the particles out. This secure fiber shield protects your phone, so you can make the most of this revolutionary technology. We are so proud of the Galaxy Z Flip. It is a unique piece of technology, one that changes the smartphone experience entirely. Take a look.
Shabam, pow, blop, whiz. Shabam, pow, bop, whiz.
Je distribue les swings et les uppercuts. Ça fait, et ça fait. Ou bien, ou parfois même.
Shabam, pow, blop, whiz.
Viens petite fille dans mon comic strip. Viens faire des bulles, viens faire des
Clip, crack, bang, blop,
et des.
zip. Shabam, pow, blop, whiz.
Viens avec moi par-dessus le building. Ça fait quand on s'envole et puis après quoi je fais et ça fait.
Boing, shabam, pow, blop, whiz. Shabam, pow, blop, whiz.
Des
Clip, crack, bang, blop,
et des.
zip.
The Galaxy Z Flip is a new kind of device to kick off a new decade of Samsung innovation, and we can't wait to see what you do with it. It can be yours from February the 14th, and it's available starting at $1,380. That's kind of a mixed response. We have a lot to show you today, and we are just getting started. And because this is Unpacked, we're doing it in style, literally. We've teamed up with one of the biggest names in fashion to bring his signature style to the Samsung Galaxy. We're not just creating a new look, we're showing how high fashion and high tech go hand in hand. And only one person could lead this disruptive collaboration, Tom Brown.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be working with Samsung on this new project. For decades, Samsung has pioneered innovations in mobile technology, creating a world of its own, always moving forward. You sense a really strong collaboration because you understand the experience of the two worlds, in the attention to design, the attention to technology, and in creating something that is truly timeless. With this device, our worlds meet, bringing together fashion and technology in a unique mobile experience. We have created something truly special, and we look forward to sharing it with you. And there's more to come during tomorrow's special event in New York.
I'm ready.
The name Tom Brown is synonymous with style. He's made a career by pushing the boundaries of what's possible, just like Samsung. It's the perfect partnership, and we're excited about this limited edition collaboration. You'll hear more about this partnership tomorrow straight from New York Fashion Week. But first, we have so much more to tell you about the next decade of Samsung innovation and the incredible technologies that will shape our lives in the years to come. And that starts right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to President and Head of Mobile Communications Business, Dr. T.M. Rowe.
Thank you, and welcome to Galaxy Unpacked 2020. It's amazing to be here with you today to kick off a brand new decade of growth and change. We start 2020 with a renewed momentum, great confidence, and a deep sense of excitement about the opportunities in front of us. Opportunities that begin right here, right now, as we launch a new era of mobile innovation. Innovation that is more meaningful and personal. Innovation that is more private and secure. Innovation that will create more intelligent connections across devices, people, businesses, and communities. I know I speak for everyone at Samsung when I say it's an incredible time to be at the start of this change, to drive growth for our industry and to provide meaningful progress for consumers. I am so honored to lead the mobile communication business at Samsung. And I would not be where I am today without my mentor, CEO, DJ Ho. Thank you, DJ, for your ongoing leadership. In my time at Samsung, I have led the development of many of the key breakthroughs in our most innovative and successful Galaxy devices, starting with the first Galaxy S. Throughout our history, we have been guided by our belief in innovation that improves our customers' lives, and driven by our passion to overcome technology's most difficult challenges so we can deliver experiences that create a better world. We have never been afraid to stand at the cutting edge of innovation or be the first to introduce devices that drive this industry forward. This is why in 2011, when we heard that consumers wanted a more powerful, more productive device, we combined a large screen with the S Pen and launched the Galaxy Note. This is why last year, when we heard that consumers wanted more multitasking, even bigger screens that would still fit in their pocket, we reimagined the future of mobile experiences by launching the Galaxy Fold. And it is why, when we saw a future of high-resolution images, high-definition video, and gaming on the go, we pioneered the key advancements that make 5G possible today. Thank you. With its high speed, low latency, and massive capacity to connect millions of devices, 5G brings the transformative power to enhance everything people can do with their phones. And now, Samsung is making 5G available to more people more quickly than anyone thought possible. So today, we are excited to show our next big step forward as we launch a new generation of intelligent connections. It begins with our vision to be the innovator of new mobile experiences that flow seamlessly and continuously wherever we go. To realize this vision, we are driving the convergence of the three most important technologies of our time: 5G, AI, and IoT. Samsung is in a unique position to bring the benefits of this convergence into consumers' lives. With more than 1 billion smart devices, including Galaxy phones, wearables, and PCs, we already help hundreds of millions of people around the world enjoy more connected and convenient lifestyle. With the Samsung Knox, we set the standard for security and trust for this industry by delivering end-to-end multi-layer protection that starts with a security chip built directly into the device. And with open collaboration, we have partnered with the industry leaders to build an ecosystem that is unmatched in scale to provide game-changing mobile experiences. Today, we are so proud to introduce the newest member of Galaxy family, a new phone named for the start of a bold new decade of change. A phone that says goodbye to the camera you know today and hello to a new way to see and share the world in its best light. With intelligence that learns you like and optimizes to how you use it. A phone that curates awesome experiences with your favorite music services and entertainment options. A phone that offers the full power of 5G across all new devices. This is just the first step toward a new generation of meaningful mobile experiences. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce the brand new Galaxy S20. for all of you joining us online for the first time ever. Unpacked is being captured and streamed with the amazing Galaxy S20. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Head of U.S. Mobile Product Management, Drew Blackard.
Great to be here in San Francisco. Last month marked the start of a new decade. And at Samsung, we are really looking forward to the next 10 years of Galaxy innovation. With that in mind, we've been working hard to create devices that are built for the way that we live our lives today. Our vision for the next decade of Galaxy all starts with 5G. Just last year, we unveiled 5 new 5G smartphones worldwide. In Korea alone, we helped bring 100,000 base stations online. And we've engineered new 5G chipsets that are smaller, cheaper, and power efficient. 5G will completely change how we communicate, how we game, and how we keep in touch with the world around us. It'll work with AI to enhance every aspect of our smartphones. And it'll connect thousands of devices through our SmartThings platform while protecting our privacy. And last year, we were just getting started. Simply put, this is the year of Galaxy 5G. It begins right now in 2020, right here with a Galaxy S20. Today, we're more social than ever, and we communicate and express ourselves with images, not just words. That means our smartphones need one thing above all else: a powerful camera. We spent months asking thousands of smartphone users across the world when it came to camera what mattered most. And no matter who we asked or where they lived, we got the same answer: quality, quality, quality. Now, we can all take great photos under perfect conditions, bright outdoor lighting, not too close, not too far, not too much movement. But in practice, it rarely works out that way. We take pictures at concerts, at kids' soccer games, at graduations. And we want to be able to capture those moments perfectly too, even if the conditions aren't perfect. After all, it's 2020. We rely on our phones to document and share our entire lives. So we rebuilt the Galaxy S20's entire camera system to change the way we capture. The key to capturing a high-quality photo is a high-resolution camera, because the higher the resolution, the more detail you can capture, and the more you can see. Maybe you're taking a picture and you notice something interesting in the background, so you pinch in to get a better look. But as you get closer, the image gets pixelated. At 64 megapixels, S20's revolutionary camera system takes smartphone photography to the next level. So when you need to crop an image, don't worry. S20's resolution is so sharp that even when you do crop, your photo remains crisp and clear. Of course, high resolution isn't just useful for viewing pictures, it's also useful when you're taking them. When you need to get closer or want the subject to be the only thing in the frame, you need zoom. And with Galaxy S20's space zoom, you can get up to 30 times closer. So there's something that's cool from far away, you can still zoom in, get a high-quality shot. Samsung cameras are the best in the business, not just because of the game-changing hardware, but because of their intelligence. With AI, you can use this revolutionary camera to the fullest. Think about it. There's those times when you want to capture the moment, but by the time you decided on the right camera mode, the moment's gone. With single-take mode, S20 uses AI to capture different versions of that exact same moment, using each of its different cameras. Just take a short clip, up to 10 seconds, and single-take captures different versions of that game-winning goal. Live focus, boomerang video, ultra-wide, and a lot more. Then when you're done shooting, it gives you a handful of those best shots so you can pick your favorites. My wife and I are really excited about this one. We've got 14-month-old twins at home, and they never sit still for a photo. So now we'll never have to worry about missing the moment. And your Galaxy S20 uses AI to make it even easier to keep your photos organized. Groups your content, making your gallery easier to navigate, and also lets you create subgroups to organize your photos however you want. You can easily search your photos, and if you identify people that keep popping up, S20 will be able to pick them out automatically. With the Galaxy S20, we've created a phone that will change photography. But we know that photos are only one part of the camera experience. More and more, we're using video to communicate, whether it's sharing them through our Instagram stories, capturing special moments, or creating content of our own. For years, Samsung has led the market in 8K TV technology. And today, we're bringing that expertise to mobile. Thanks to S20's super high resolution, you can capture videos in stunning 8K. That's right. 8K is the future of video, and now you can shoot it yourself right from your phone. In fact, we built an entire 8K ecosystem. You can shoot 8K footage from the camera in your pocket, upload it to YouTube over a 5G network, and use TapView to cast it to your 8K QLED TV. That way, you can enjoy your high-quality video right on the big screen. From capture to casting, from your phone to your TV, it's a full 8K experience. To truly understand how this 8K ecosystem comes together, you've got to see it for yourself. So with the help of filmmaker and adventurer Sam Evans, let's take a look.
Hey everyone, I'm Sam, and I'm a content creator from Australia. I'm here in the product demo zone to show you exactly how the S20 works. So you've already heard a lot about it, but you really have to see it in action. Actually, you already have. Do you remember the video you saw earlier? The one with the cable cars and the Golden Gate Bridge moving through San Francisco? I actually shot that whole film on the S20. I'm so amazed by what this phone can do. So I've traveled around San Francisco with the S20 and managed to get some pretty incredible footage. For me, 8K footage is a game changer. With the extra resolution, it allows me to edit my footage exactly the way I want. Here's some 8K footage I captured over San Francisco. Looks great, right? And worth sharing, don't you think? That's super easy. I can share with my friends by uploading it directly to YouTube without losing any of the original quality. I already uploaded some 8K footage to show you how it looks. Now, we can watch this on the phone, or using the YouTube app on an 8K QLED TV, we can watch it there. Let's check it out. So cool. Capture a moment in 8K, share it with your friends, watch it together, all through the S20. Check it out for yourself. After the show, come on down to the product experience zone and see it for yourself. Thanks, everyone. Back to you, Drew.
Thanks, Sam. 8K video is stunning. The best quality for your best memories. It takes smartphone recording to a whole new level. And it opens the door to some entirely new experiences that have never before been possible on a smartphone. Record a video, then scroll through the footage to find the perfect moment. And with a single click, you'll get a 33 megapixel still photo with amazing resolution. You can crop any frame and always get a high quality picture. With 8K, S20 revolutionizes your photo and video experience. And it's designed for pro-grade filmmaking. With Pro Mode, you can adjust aperture, exposure, and settings that you'd usually have control over with a DSLR. We even enhanced Super Steady Mode, so you can take sharper videos on the go, thanks to AI motion analysis and an anti-rolling stabilizer. This camera isn't just good, it's in a class of its own, right down to its performance specs. It's got a powerful processor, an all-day battery, and thanks to the Galaxy S20's incredible storage capacity, up to 1.5 terabytes using a micro SD card, you'll have plenty of room for all your favorite photos and videos. And you can share those photos and videos more easily than ever, too. With S20, you can share files with up to 5 friends at the same time without even having to pair your devices. Every incredible innovation you've heard about so far, from 8K video to pro mode to sharing, is available on all 3 models of the Galaxy S20 series. Because we don't believe in compromising when it comes to camera quality. And for the people who want even more, the serious professional photographers who need the best of the best, we're proud to introduce the Galaxy S20 Ultra. This device has the largest, most powerful image sensor we've ever put on a smartphone. You want high resolution, it has an unbelievable 108 megapixel AI camera, so you can capture scenes with a level of detail you've never experienced. With a camera this high quality, you don't just get one picture. Zoom in any one part, and a new world comes to light. You practically get a photo album's worth of detail in a single shot. We rebuilt the entire camera system with brand new sensors to help you focus quickly and accurately. The S20 Ultra takes multiple frames using software along with hardware to merge them all into one high-quality photo. And it does it all in 1/10 of a second, much faster than any smartphone out there. This technology combined with the bright night sensor means you'll get bright, accurate pictures even in low light. All 3 models of the S20 take amazing low light photos. But the S20 Ultra takes it even further. This phone takes some of the best, brightest photos I've ever seen. That's because Samsung's pioneering nanobitting technology combines 9 pixels into 1, all at the sensor level using AI. That just means that each pixel is larger than ever before and can capture 3 times more light in every image. S20 Ultra comes with an advanced, cutting-edge zoom function. See, for camera zoom, you usually need more focal length, which means a bulkier device. But when it comes to smartphones, that isn't a great option. You want the device to stay as thin as possible. So we built it with a folded lens. When the light enters the telelens, it's refracted at an angle, producing a powerful zoom effect. The folded lens allows for up to 10x hybrid optic zoom. Now multiply that with a 10x digital zoom, and you can magnify a shot up to 100 times. That's what you'd expect from a telescope. To show us just how powerful the S20 Ultra zoom is, we invited Colin and Samir to try it out for themselves. Here, let's check it out.
What's up, everyone? I'm Colin. And I'm Samir, and we're coming to you here at Hawk Hill. Now, we've been making YouTube videos and telling stories together for a long time. We shot our first video over 8 years ago.
And as we've evolved as filmmakers and storytellers, our gear has evolved too. Today, we travel around with bags, big cameras, and bulky lenses. But at the end of the day, the story is what matters most. And we need a versatile camera that can travel anywhere with us and capture it all.
That's why we're so excited about the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Okay, so check this out. We're gonna shoot this scene right here on the ultra wide mode. So right here, this is one of the best views of San Francisco. You got the city in the background, you can see the Golden Gate Bridge, and over there, that tiny dot on the left side of your screen, that's Alcatraz.
Okay, you're telling me that that dot is Alcatraz.
That's exactly what I'm telling you, Colin. That is Alcatraz.
If you're so sure, prove it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get you closer and I'm gonna prove that to you.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Check this out.
Whoa, that's incredible. That's Alcatraz at 30 times zoom.
So that tiny dot in frame that I just showed you now fills the entire screen. Let me show you where we started from.
Whoa, unbelievable. Now, normally to get a shot like that, we would have to swap lenses.
But now we can get this ultra wide you're looking at, as well as that close up, all with a single device.
Samir, I've got a question for you.
What's up, Colin?
From where we are, can you spot the Palace of Fine Arts?
You mean where the show's happening right now?
Yes.
No, man, I don't think so.
You still looking?
Yeah, I'm still looking, man. It's far.
You're not gonna find it.
That's crazy.
Let me show you.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see it. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy.
That's the Palace of Fine Arts at 100 times zoom.
Wait, that's amazing. I can barely see it over here.
And now I'm gonna bring it back out to the ultra wide.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, the craziest part of all of this to me is that you can go from ultra wide to 100 times zoom and back all with a phone.
With the S20 Ultra's 100 times zoom, you now have the most versatile storytelling tool that fits right in your pocket.
I mean, 8 years ago, when we first started making YouTube videos and telling stories, we could have never imagined having a device like this. This camera will change photography and storytelling forever, and we can't wait for all of you to get your hands on it.
So that's it for us up here at Hawk Hill. We hope you enjoyed the demo, and we will see all of you after the show.
Thanks, guys. Amazing, right? No matter which model of the S20 series you choose, we've changed the way you capture. Cameras are how we turn moments into memories, and that goes for this show, too. As TM mentioned earlier, we're streaming today's event with S20 devices. Give it up for the camera crew. Pretty incredible. So you just saw what Colin and Tamir could do with an S20, and earlier you saw Sam's demo, also filmed with one. Now, let's see what happens when you put an S20 in the hands of Academy Award-winning director Jimmy Chin.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Chin, and I'm a Team Galaxy member. We are in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I have lived here for the last 20 years. One of the reasons I really love Jackson is because of the mountains. So when I come home, I really just want to be able to be in the mountains in my own space, in my own time. But the landscape is so inspiring, it's hard for me to stop shooting and creating content. To be able to shoot 8K on the Galaxy S20 Ultra is extraordinary. Being a photographer and a filmmaker, the quality of the images or the footage is something I'm kind of obsessed with. So it's nice to be able to shoot with my Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, just something I can put in my pocket. For me to have creative freedom, it's often about having the right tool, something that allows me to be spontaneous and to be able to capture an experience in the moment and on the fly. That's what the Galaxy does for me.
Incredible. And it was all shot with the S20 series. We're really excited to have Jimmy on board. He's one of the most talented storytellers out there. And behind every great story is a creator. At Samsung, we empower those creators to break barriers, defy odds, and push the limits of creativity through technology. They inspire us, and they inspire Netflix. So together, we're helping a group of Netflix creators tell companion and bonus stories based on their movies and shows, all with the help of S20's new state-of-the-art camera system. To tell you more about our new partnership, please welcome Netflix CMO, Jackie Lee Joe.
Thank you so much, Drew. It's so great to be here today at this year's Unpacked. Netflix and Samsung have a long-standing, decade-long relationship. And every step of the way, it's been all about working to create the best entertainment viewing experience for our members. We've worked together on many initiatives over the years. Two recent examples include tracking down Breaking Bad's Hugh Babineau together as part of a joint marketing campaign. He's finally out of the safe house, by the way. And we even got Ryan Reynolds in on the action by making an ad for QLED that was actually an ad for Six Underground. That was actually, not so secretly, an ad for Aviation Gin. So it's been a lot of fun. And today we're here to announce the next stage in this partnership. Today, Netflix is being announced as Samsung's mobile entertainment partner. The mission of this partnership? To make the Netflix viewing experience on Samsung Mobile the absolute best it can be. This means that even more users can enjoy our best-in-class stories across all genres through even better product integration with Galaxy mobile devices. And to make it even more exciting, in the coming months, Samsung mobile users will have access to a whole host of new and exciting bonus content based on some of your favorite Netflix originals, accessible through Samsung Daily and Samsung Channels. The content will shine a light on our diverse mix of creators from all around the world, a selection of whom will be handed a Galaxy S20 to shoot this content for themselves, offering them the freedom to continue inventing new ways to tell stories their way. You can expect to hear from the minds behind great stories like Narcos, Sintonia, Elite, as well as from our team behind Netflix is a Joke, and so many more. We can't wait to see what they come back with. We believe this significant partnership will provide millions of Samsung mobile users across the globe the best mobile entertainment experience and make discovering new stories around the world easier than ever. After all, great stories come from anywhere and to be loved everywhere. Thank you. Back to you, Drew.
Netflix is changing the way we access and watch content and creating new movies and shows for us to enjoy every day. We are thrilled to partner with Netflix to help lead those innovations and reimagine entertainment together. We can't wait to see what they produce. In the meantime, though, we're making it easier to find the content you want right now. Let's say you're looking for a new movie or show. With S20, you'll be able to ask Bixby to play Stranger Things or type a title right into your phone's search bar. In seconds, it'll come up on your Netflix app. If you're looking for something new, no problem. We've integrated Netflix on your Samsung Daily page to offer recommendations based on what you already watch. And with 5G, you'll be able to take your entertainment anywhere you go. If you're boarding a plane but forgot to download a movie or show, don't worry. With 5G, you can download them in a flash. Because that's what mobile entertainment is all about. Getting the content you want when you want it. You've seen how S20's camera helps you capture content of your own. You've seen how it helps professionals bring new stories to life. And next, you'll see how it helps you communicate with the people in your life. To tell you more, please welcome my friend and colleague, David Park.
Thanks, Drew. How's everyone doing today? It's so great to be here at Unpacked. At their core, phones have always been built to help us communicate, first through calls, then through texting, then through social media. We share our lives through Instagram stories and bond over viral videos. But today, communication isn't enough. We want to forge connections. And just as we're using our phone cameras to capture more and more videos, we are using video calls to connect with the people we care about the most. It's easy to see the appeal. Voice calls let us hear our loved ones, but video calls let us see them. That's why we at Samsung are so excited for our partnership with Google. Together, we are using 5G to change the way we communicate. After all, video catch should be simple, seamless, and stunning. With the Galaxy S20, Google Duo will be natively integrated right into your contacts and phone and messages. We've worked with Google to integrate their software with our hardware, bringing new Duo features to Galaxy smartphones, starting with the S20 and the Galaxy Z Flip. That includes our wide-angle camera, so you can chat in landscape mode and get more people in the shot. It also includes full HD video chatting with Galaxy S20's lightning-fast 5G, so you can get a clear connection with no friction or latency. So when I'm out of town on a business trip and when I check in on my two boys, Logan and Nicholas, I can pull up Google Duo and get them on the other end in seconds. And there they are, smiling and giggling, thanks to the S20's 5G capabilities. And if they miss my call, no worries. I can use Google Duo to leave them a video message. Simple, stunning, seamless, and accessible. The Galaxy S20 will be one of the first Android devices to support live caption technology, so people with hearing loss can appreciate great content in real time. Samsung has always been committed to developing tools that make digital media more accessible. The Galaxy S20 doesn't just let you communicate with the people who matter most. It helps you form genuine connections with them, no matter the distance. And these days, One of the best ways to connect with your friends is through gaming. Whether you're fighting monsters together or racing against time, mobile gaming has become a truly social experience for smartphone users. And yet, too often, our smartphones just don't let us play our favorite games the day where they're meant to be played. However, with 5G, the S20 takes gaming to a whole new level. The displays on all three S20 models have 120 Hz refresh rate for incredibly smooth gameplay. We also doubled the touch response rate so you can game with less touch lag. After all, when you're right around the corner from that finish line, that split second can make all the difference. And it's all thanks to the processor. The S20 also comes with up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's powered by next-generation memory technology, Samsung LPDDR5. It leverages the full power of 5G and AI capabilities like machine learning, with 30% faster data access speeds and as much as 20% less power usage than before. You'll be able to choose your favorite apps to quick launch, and you can start right where you left off. That's a game changer for gamers, but at Samsung, we want to take mobile gaming even further. Last year, Microsoft helped us change the way we use our phones by helping us make PC to smartphone experience more seamless than ever before. This year, we are extending that partnership to gaming with Xbox. Great gaming experience starts with great games, right? Well, we got you covered. Xbox Game Studio is bringing Forza Street to smartphones for the very first time across Galaxy devices. The Galaxy S20 is the perfect gaming device for Forza Street. Its new dynamic AMOLED display is the most immersive ever on a Galaxy S device, so you can get a smooth motion and clear gameplay. Hyperfast response touch gives you the edge over your competition in fast-paced one-on-one races. Our hardware and software deliver powerful performance with minimal lag, so you can play anywhere, anytime. We're also pleased to announce that Forza Street is now available for pre-registration on the Galaxy Store, so go check it out. The best part is, thank you. The best part is, this is just the beginning of our gaming partnership with Xbox. Both Samsung and Xbox share a vision for bringing great gaming experiences to mobile players around the world. With our 5G-enabled portfolios and the Microsoft's rich history in gaming, we are working closely together to create a premium, cloud-based game streaming experience. And you'll hear more about it later this year. Playing video games with our friends, video chatting with our family, watching movies with our partners, Galaxy S20 has countless ways to connect with the people we love. But we can also connect through something universal, and that's music. That right song or the perfect playlist can help us scale new heights and stay in tune with ourselves. And today, we are reimagining how you listen to your favorite music on the go. Introducing Galaxy Buds Plus. We took the original Galaxy Buds and improved sound quality. Buds Plus don't just have one speaker, they have two. Optimized for high note, one for bass. With speakers almost 40% larger than before, they don't just give you more sound, they give you better sound. AKG's renowned sound signature also keeps your music crystal clear. And that's not all. Thanks to our partnership with Spotify, with one simple long press on the side of your buds, you get recommended songs based on your music history. So you can create that magical moment when you hear a new band for the first time. Of course, we use earbuds for more than music. That's why we also optimize Buds Plus for calls. Instead of the standard 2 mics, these buds have 3. So even if you're calling from a crowded street, your Buds Plus will pick up your voice. We've also enhanced ambient sound so that you can hear sounds more clearly and adjust the volume when you need to be aware of your surroundings. And with advanced connectivity, Buds Plus let you switch quickly between devices, from smartphone to smartwatch, from tablet to TV. With a simple tap on the media panel on your phone, you can do it all without needing to unpair and repair your devices. Buds Plus also works seamlessly with iOS. Just download the Galaxy wearable app from the App Store to customize your music experience. Buds Plus are powerful, flexible, and easy to charge. With wireless charging and wireless power share, you don't need any cords or connectors. Let's say you're on the subway. In the 3 minutes it takes to get from one stop to the next, you can get enough charge to the next. You can get enough charge for about an hour of playtime. Once your Buds Plus are fully charged, they'll last a whopping 11 hours. And with the charging case, you can get another 11 hours for a total of 22. That's enough to power the world's longest flight and a delay. Soon, you can get a pair of your own on February 14th for $149. Buds Plus sounds so good, your music will move through you. You'll want to get up and dance. Check it out. Memorable moments, meaningful experiences, that's what the Galaxy S20 is all about. It'll change the way we capture the most important moments in our lives. It'll change the way we connect with each other through entertainment, gaming, and music. It's built for a new generation of users, for a new decade. From March 6, you can get a Galaxy S20 of your own, starting at $999. And all three models will be available in blazing fast 5G. We're also pleased to announce that effective today, we are reducing prices on the Galaxy S10. And soon, S10 users will get some of the great features through software updates. Samsung is entering a new decade of mobile innovation, one that will be changed and shaped by AI, IoT, and of course, 5G. With 5G, the S20 will power new mobile experiences with near zero latency. It'll leverage the ultra-fast speeds of nationwide low-frequency bands like sub-6 and more advanced millimeter-wave high-frequency bands. 5G is changing the way we communicate, the way we game, and the way we consume content. And we're working with our partners to make it happen. We are honored to support the Olympic Games and their incredible athletes. After all, the Olympic Games are all about bringing people together and inspiring them to perform at the best of their abilities. So later this summer, Samsung will be bringing the best of mobile technology to the Tokyo 2020 Games with the limited edition Galaxy S20 Plus 5G, designed exclusively for athletes of the Olympic Games. This special edition embodies the competitive spirit of the games with standout 5G performance and one-of-a-kind design topped with a premium matte gold finish. Because at Samsung, we don't sit still. We push boundaries. We solve problems. We do what can't be done. As we look ahead to this new decade, we couldn't be more excited to continue working with our partners to deliver the kinds of mobile experiences that no one else can deliver. To tell you even more, please welcome back Tiembro.
Thank you, David. What a great show. For the past 10 years, the Samsung-Google partnership has been the driving force behind so many of this industry's most important innovation. Now, as we start a new decade, our partnership is more important than ever. As we work together to pioneer a new generation of breakthrough mobile experiences. And to tell you more, I am happy to welcome my friend Hiroshi from Google to the stage.
Thank you, TM. Hi, everyone. So great to be here today with the Samsung team. Thank you. I knew I could get an applause from over here. You guys are very excited. Thank you. Maybe I can start with a quick personal story about how I first met TM. It was 2010. Samsung had just launched the original Galaxy S, and we were already preparing for what's next. I was visiting their headquarters and was introduced to TM as the person who can make anything happen. I remember driving around the suburbs of Seoul in his brand new car, which he was very proud of, by the way, with a bunch of devices, and we were testing GPS. I think this whole testing GPS was just an excuse for him to drive his new car, by the way. A lot has happened since those days. Galaxy is a household name, and Android powers over 2.5 billion active devices worldwide. We are humbled by the fact that together, we play an important role in people's lives around the world. It's also been amazing to see Samsung continuously push the limits of what's possible in mobile on the Android platform. For example, phablets, the S Pen, many of the innovations around the display, including the super cool foldables, all the stuff you saw earlier today. Looking ahead, we're excited to continue to work together to build the next wave of helpful mobile innovation. I want to briefly give 3 examples: 5G, foldables, and improved accessibility. We think 5G can unlock a wealth of possibilities and new experiences, and we're proud that Android is the first and only mobile operating system to support 5G today. Much like the transition from 3G to 4G, we expect these new experiences to emerge over time, but we wanted to get started right away, and we decided video chat would be a great place to get started. Plus, we wanted a cameo in the ads, in the Oscar ads. So we've integrated Google Duo into Samsung's flagship devices. Thanks to 5G, the video calls are higher quality, and that makes you feel more connected. Also, with Duo built right into Galaxy's native apps, that's Messages, Contacts, and Phone, we can help people connect much more seamlessly without interruption. I think many of you already know how excited we are about foldables. On a personal note, using the Galaxy Fold, I find myself using the device in so many different ways, whether it's for entertainment on long flights or staying connected to work. I'm super productive. So we think foldables will fundamentally change how we think about and interact with smartphones. And we are working closely with Samsung to bring these experiences to life across hardware, the OS, and app developers. For example, you saw earlier today Duo and YouTube with a new UI in the Flex mode on the tabletop. We have built the tools and APIs for any developer to do just that, and we can't wait to see what they do with this capability. Finally, we want Android to work for everyone, no matter their abilities. Live caption automatically adds captions to content that, even if the content didn't come with captions originally. If you're one of the 450 million people worldwide who are deaf or hard of hearing, we think this capability is a game changer. By the way, live caption works entirely on device through a combination of 3 machine learning models. We think it's a great application of machine learning techniques to create helpful experiences for everyone. We're thrilled that Galaxy S20 is the first device in the Android partner ecosystem to offer live caption out of the box. Thank you, Samsung and TM, for the continued partnership to bring amazing mobile experiences on Android and to people around the world. Congratulations on the launch today. We're proud of what we've created together, and we can't wait for the next decade. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hiroshi. I'm so glad that you joined us today. Before closing, there's one more important topic I'd like to talk about. As always, our mission is innovation not just for innovation. Innovation with purpose. This is why sustainability is so important at Samsung. And it's why we work with the UNDP to support the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So far, we believe more than 15 million members of the Galaxy community have the Samsung Global Goals app on their devices, with all proceeds being matched by Samsung. This year, we are also introducing a new eco-friendly Global Goals cover and watch strap. From the first Galaxy phone to the first Galaxy Fold, from the infinity display to 5G and beyond, we have discovered new ways to use technology to advance humanity. With the Galaxy S20 and Z Flip, we are now changing the shape of the mobile category. And in the decade ahead, we will continue to lead the growth of the industry and to change the way you experience the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, y'all. Get ready. Ready, set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady, to the letter right, turn it up. We're giving a show.
Hey.
Hey.
What'd I miss?
Welcome back to CNET's live coverage of Samsung's Unpacked event. For those of you who just joined us, where have you been? I'm Ayaz Akhtar. With me is Bridget Carey and Jeff Bacalar. Such a thrilling thing. We're going to take calls today, by the way. Call us at 888-CNET-477. That's 888-CNET-477. You can ask us your questions if you want, or whatever comments you have. Here's a recap of what we saw. Samsung didn't fool around. They started right off with the Z Flip. It's real. It costs $1,380. It's available this Friday.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
All the specs seem to be true. We got a 6.7-inch screen, foldable, ultra-thin glass, so maybe it won't feel as chintzy or plasticky as some other foldable devices, maybe the Fold. There's a 3-stop hinge. It can actually sit up like a laptop. I was messing with the Razr itself, and you can't really do that, which is kind of...
Right.
It's not something you really think about.
Throw it in the garbage at this point.
At the keynote speakers, she called it the ultimate smartphone, which is kind of weird since they introduced, the S20 and other stuff. We'll get to that in a minute.
Don't get me started. I got things. I got thoughts.
Oh.
It also comes with YouTube Premium. Go with your thoughts.
Okay.
Let us know.
Yeah, well, I was really interested in how they presented the Z Flip. I didn't want to completely poo-poo it, and I'm like, oh, okay, they showed us something different. You can have that interesting hinge where it just kind of sits like an L on the table. They thought differently about how to use apps. And then they spent the rest of the time showing you reasons why you should never buy it because of how much better the camera is than the other phones. It was like, why were these two phones in the same event?
It just seems like you can't have your cake and eat it too yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't have all the cool stuff in the S20 in the Flip just yet. You just can't.
And it's like more fashion forward to have the Flip in those cool metallic colors, but the price is just the same as these Ultras.
Foldable
almost.
Screens apparently are expensive is what it is. And that hinge, that is not a cheap hinge.
So what are you going to do? All right, I want to show off to my friends the cool factor, or I want to actually take great video, but then, there's the whole 8K issue too. Like, who really needs 8K? It's
that's absurd.
But still, it's better camera in the other one.
Yeah, I think they kind of have defined two separate categories from my point of view. Like there is that trendy sort of state of the art, first adopter, flippy phone thing.
I like that. I like being in the future.
Yeah, like that's cool, and I'm sure it's neat for parties, like do party tricks with that thing. But for people who want to really jump on the latest and greatest, I think the S20 makes a much better case.
And they knew it. I mean, even the features beyond the camera were all better. So.
And then the other thing was we were discussing why the prices were so high while the show was going on. And the idea is that the most dedicated people, the people who want to throw away $2,000 on the Fold or $1,500 on the Razr or the $1,380 price for the Z Flip, they're probably going to find ways to justify why the phone is cool, because if you spend enough money, you're probably not going to be like, I'm going to complain because I don't know it was supposed to do this. You know exactly where you're getting into. And if you've already gone, okay, it's $1,380 and I'm still buying it, you probably are essentially acting like a beta tester for Samsung, because they talked about a hinge being a little bit more dust proof, but it was really hard to tell in the video if the two sides met when they were closed. It looked like there was a tiny air gap, but I'm not really sure.
It didn't look perfectly square. No 5G as well, or they didn't mention 5G.
No mention of 5G for the Flip.
They would have said it had 5G.
Considering what they said.
Exactly.
The rest of the...
So, yeah, it's a tough sell for sure. And judging on how they kind of, fared with the Fold, it's like, do I get this thing? Like, I don't know.
We have a call-in question. Lucas from Canada. Lucas, can you hear us? You're on CNET Live now. I know he wanted to talk about the camera. Lucas?
Lucas, can you hear us? I'm sending you a Professor X message through the television.
What did Lucas want to talk about?
He wanted to talk about the zoom.
The zoom?
Yeah, like what we thought about space zoom
on the S20.
Right. We were kind of talking about how much they were getting in there and how it was it was partially digital, right?
Yeah, so
it has to be.
So when we talk about the S20 Ultra, it's got the 100x space zoom. It's actually not embroidered. It's engraved on the back of the device.
I would love it embroidered. Haven't you said delightful?
That's much more fashion forward. We didn't even mention that the fashion phone on the Z Flip. I mean the Tom Brown fellow.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, back to the S20. The way they're coming up with this 100x space zoom is using a 10x hybrid zoom. What they're saying is they folded over the lens so they could achieve that. Then they magnified that with a 10x digital zoom. 10 times 10 is 100, and that's what they're calling the space zoom. So when you do that digital zoom, unless you've got some crazy AI in there, and they're claiming they do, you're going to have these really grainy, not so great images. And if you're taking video,
it's mush.
It's also like the shake is very, very noticeable when you go that far in. So I know that Google's worked really hard when it comes to their AI, so they can have a digital zoom. At the last Pixel event, they were like, no, actually use the digital zoom. It's a good idea, which is bonkers to me.
Yeah.
But we don't know what Samsung has done. They're claiming their AI is really great.
We'll have to see it.
100x. So you can really take great photos of people who don't even know you're taking photos of them.
I mean, once you get up to 100x, you are essentially a creep. I mean, you are not, like, there is no genuine use for 100x outside of creeping.
But it'll be nicer if you're in the stadium somewhere. If you're farther away, you'll be able to get better shots.
That's where you'll be using your space zoom.
Mm-hmm.
You can just stream the game with 5G to your phone. You don't even need to take a screenshot. What are you bothering with this zooming into the field of play? That's silly. Anyway, let's talk about the S20s. Yes, it is the S20. They did get rid of 11 to 19, so that's gone, folks.
Those numbers suck.
Yeah, so forget those guys. Yeah. So that means the Note 20 is probably coming too, which is even more awful. The S20, and the big point is that new camera like we were talking about. Now, all of them, from the S20 to the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra, they all shoot a 8K video. And in the demos, they're showing off how you could take your 8K video and stream it to your 8K television, which we all own and enjoy constantly.
Were they weren't serious?
I think they were trying to make you buy an 8K TV.
I understand, but like barely anyone has more people have 4K TVs now, but like, come on.
They did say, well, it's for the more professional user, but yeah, even still, it's like very future proof.
I'd say, considering phones have like a 2-year lifespan, I don't know. Seems a little silly. 5G seems silly to me too because it's not a real thing anyway. Yeah. So what are we even doing? Give me an S20 with 4K recording and a 4G antenna, and that's a way more affordable, attractive thing. I just came up with that.
That's not a thing.
trademark.
There's no S20e or Lite.
There should be.
There's just the S20 $1,000 model. The Ultra could also, they say, over a terabyte and a half storage, because you can put a micro SD card in.
Right.
Which also implies there's no micro SD card slots in the S20 and Plus, which I'm pretty sure that's in the specs somewhere. So there's some trade-offs here.
If 5G doesn't matter, if 8K doesn't matter, then you're making the case for, if you're going to spend the money, go with the Z Flip.
I don't know. I can't.
It's got LTE like you wanted.
Right, but it's $1,380.
So
I want all these things so I have a more affordable phone.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing, we've seen this a long time ago with Samsung phones, with the Note being the weird experimental line, which I used to love. That, like, let's put an edge on it. It's like, that's crazy. Why'd you do that? Then like, let's graduate that up to the S. And all these features started kind of moving forward. Even with as late as the Note 10, they moved to the centered hole punch camera, and the S10 had it on the right side. So they moved it over to the center for the S20 for that much more, I guess, visually appealing kind of thing. So I'm thinking 3 years from now, your Note or whatever device will fold in one way or the other.
Okay. Well, how are they going to fold that stylus is what I want to know.
Well, it'll fold
in the hinge.
It'll just be like, an
it's a telescoping.
Yeah, telescoping stylus.
It's going to be the size of a paintbrush.
They did kind of. I mean, it does have the edge, the bent, rounded edges, but not as pronounced as the S10.
Yeah, I was looking at the S10 and compared it to the older phones I've had, and this is even pretty small on the curve.
Yeah.
And now with the I was gonna say 11, it's not a thing.
Nope.
The 20.
Yeah.
That's going to. It looks to be a little bit more of a flatter edge, and then that's the utility of that infinity display is marginal at best.
No, it's a showy thing, and they're really good at showy things. I mean, this is what Samsung does, something that no one else has, and they succeeded here today.
I think the 120 hertz screen is a big deal. We should talk about that.
Oh yeah, for the games?
No, I mean I don't play real games on my phone, but I just think overall it is a better experience.
We're talking a lot.
What feels like to be a snappier experience.
We're talking a lot about phones. We're taking phone calls. That's that weird app on your phone. It's the little, looks like a receiver banana thing.
Working though?
Just call 888-CNET 477. 888-CNET 477.
Yeah,
Slower again. 888-CNET 477. I talk too quickly.
Or you could just tweet us at #CNET Live.
And
sometimes that's easier.
We'll talk to you.
The Ultra has a 40 megapixel selfie cam,
which is very necessary for the pores.
Yeah, that's wild. 40 front facing. Woo. Right?
I mean, honestly, when you go to the store,
I want to space zoom my face.
What does my eye look like on the inside?
Yeah, you see the cells on your face.
I'm just thinking, when you go into the store and you're seeing these devices next to each other, and you're seeing the little placard and it says 108 megapixel zoom and it says 40 megapixel front camera, and then you see the other guy have 5 and 16, and you're like, well, is that better? Higher numbers are better. S20. I mean, there's an iPhone 11, so 20 better than 11. 108 better than 16. Mm-hmm. It might just be something that basic, as silly as that sounds, because you got to do something at this point. A lot of the stuff they were talking about was including services. They had YouTube Premium, I believe, on the Z Flip. Mm-hmm. They had pre-installed Google Duo on the S20. They're talking about working with Microsoft
with
to
live
get
caption technology.
Live captioning. We're trying to get Forza on there with Microsoft. They're actually doing that. So it's not more these gimmicky ways to go, what makes your phone different than everybody else? Because it's running Android.
It's a platform for the future of the things you're going to do on your phone, not just the hardware.
Yeah, it used to be that Samsung would try anything and everything hardware-wise. Like, here's the blackjack, and it's got a keyboard. Here's a flip phone. Here's a Sidekick clone. Here's all these other things. Now it seems like they're throwing in all these partnerships to go, one of these is going to stick. Somebody's going to be like, that's great for whatever. But Samsung's still trying to find that. Reminds me of when they had that Fortnite skin with Galaxy Note, I want to say. You could be a Galaxy man, or I don't play Fortnite. I have no idea why that was a thing.
We got another caller. Kenny from Texas. Kenny, they're going to patch you in. You're with CNET Live. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, what's your question?
I was wondering why they went for like the full flagship type of phone to do like the fold. When they originally, I guess, leaked out that they were going to do like a cheaper phone, like under 1,000, 800-ish, somewhere in that line. And they could have probably sold a lot more phones if they would have used like the A series to do the folding and, use that as a test bed, or more people would want that could afford it as opposed to this model that hardly anybody's going to want to spend that much money on.
That's a great point. The A series is the mid-range phones. They are extremely affordable when it comes to Samsung phones and their huge lineup. And the other weird thing about Samsung is that they said, at least DJ Ko, who used to be the mobile head, said that we were going to show off more experimental features in our mid-ranged phones. Now, arguably, the Z Flip is their mid-range foldable phone because the other one's 2000, this one's 1380.
Right, but it's certainly not a flagship.
Right. It's I believe these two are very experimental, and I don't think they wanted to ruin the S or the Note line by having a potential flop on their hands. If you had remember what happened to the Fold? If that happened and that was called the Galaxy Note Fold.
Oh yeah.
That Note name already had a problem with the Note 7. Yeah. If the S was introduced with the same problem, that could be a huge issue. And like I was saying before, I totally expect this folding technology to be in the S and the Note line within 3 to 5 years, because folding will just be something that can be done in the manufacturing process, because the quantities that Motorola is doing and Samsung, like, they have to make sure the process is secure enough that you can open and close this thing 800,000 times, or how many times you're going to use your phone per day.
Do you think like it'll overtake regular phones? You don't think they'll just always offer either or?
I think there's always going to be an option.
Right.
It'll be the S Fold and the S regular.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I think for people who don't want to have that folding screen, which I've yet to see any evidence that it's going to be, perfected in a way that, sure, it'll get much better, but I think, just aesthetically and what your personal preference might be, I think people just might not want that.
Well, we have another caller, another one from Canada. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Can you hear us? Caller, you're on. Hi, you're on with CNET Live. What's your name?
It's Josh.
Hi, Josh. What's your question?
What do you guys think of the space zoom?
Of the what now?
The space zoom. It is such a ridiculous name. That's why we keep talking about it. But yeah, it's like you're obviously not getting that much of a usable zoom, right?
I think it's a great gimmick.
Yeah.
You got to have a gimmick. I think that's, if you can say that I can take a picture of Alcatraz from whatever hill they were at that point, wow, that's really fancy. You can do this. And the thing is, all it's doing is creating a bunch of people who be like, you know how far I was when I took this picture? Look at this. It's like, well, great. Who cares about that?
It might temporarily start like a little fun like meme thing where people are like, taking these photos so far away of things and just, I don't know. It, like you said, it's a gimmick for sure.
Apple had slow fees. Samsung has space.
Totally. Like, come on. What's the difference in terms of gimmick? Like, whether one is more justifiable or useful than the other, we'll see. But I think it's something that they were maybe able to put in a way that didn't really tax the overall price or sort of, compromise other features of the phone. So
I'm curious how these photos, how they're going to be processed.
Yeah, how's it going to look?
Device? Like, is it going to be, like, what kind of technologies are they using on that? Are they going to make the photos look better?
Yeah.
Or
it's next to impossible to even attempt to judge it now without having real hands-on with it. So
we have another question. Paul from Boston is on the line. Paul, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Hey, Paul.
Hi.
All right, what's your question for CNET Live?
Yeah, so my question has to do with the watch. Seems like, have they abandoned it? I've been waiting for them to announce something new with the Galaxy Watch for a couple shows now.
Yeah, the Galaxy Watch, not a lot of discussions about that. I think the last update was the Watch Active 2, where the original one, they removed this awesome bezel kind of thing. And it seems like they're not really worried about the watch, considering that it runs Tizen. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. That's not Android. It's not Wear OS. I wonder if since they're working more with Google, maybe there's some discussions going on. This is all speculation. I have no sources on that idea, but I would love to see a Samsung watch actually run Wear OS, assuming Wear OS not working well.
Did they mention they have a new band? I think that was the last thing he said about like, you know, the new case and a new band.
For
maybe
the Tom Brown one, they did show the watch, surprisingly,
Yeah.
and it had the red, white, and blue band if you buy that giant box of glory.
Yeah, not my kind of thing, but yeah, nothing about fitness, nothing about, I mean, we also didn't hear anything about the speaker. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was rumored. We've seen video of the Galaxy Home Mini, or what appeared to be that. No mention of that during the keynote. Even if I don't know if they have it in the demo room. Perhaps they do, but couldn't see it being a major point of interest. Galaxy Buds Plus seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into, like I said, better battery life, better sound. But I currently have the first version of those buds, and I see no reason to upgrade. I left the first ones I had in a taxi, and I had to buy them again.
They were so good, you bought them twice.
So there you have it.
All right, we still have another caller. All right, Brian from Canada is on with CNET Live. Brian, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you guys doing?
Hey, how are you doing?
bud.
We're doing good.
Doing wonderfully. Hey, I have to say, 108 megapixel camera, that's insane.
That's a thing.
It's insane.
That's
Because
insane.
I'm like one of those new content creators, and I think 108 megapixels, you're going to see a lot of flexibility in what you can do with it.
So this is great that you called, because sometimes we're like, who are these devices for? Content creators, they showed there's a couple of YouTube guys, and that's great, because like having all your tools in one device, having this essentially like this Swiss Army knife where you can shoot and edit on the device, that seems great. Again, I'm really curious about storage and capacity with these devices, because
You would need that extra memory card for
exactly.
sure.
If you're going to pack in 8K videos and you're taking these giant pictures and you're editing on this, like how much can this device support that kind of demand? Because that's not light.
No, yeah, it's definitely a pro tool. But will most people make will the average person pay more, or will they just go with the regular S25G, right? Like that's probably not for most people, right?
I'm just thinking about like 2 years from now, just buying a bunch of those on the cheap and like, okay, let's outfit the studio with these. Nobody's using the S20 anymore. They're using the S30, whatever it's called at that point. You got an 8K camera, you got all this extra stuff. And like, it's just, again, this is a major step forward. Samsung said this is the largest image sensor they put on a smartphone. So they got to have something to go, this is why it's 10 better than the 10.
I mean, we saw Samsung talk about how there are movies and they're shooting their own commercials with it, and Apple did the same thing. I think now that's the new thing. Well, who used my phone to shoot the latest movie or commercial?
Well, they were shooting some of the keynote with the S20, which I thought was pretty interesting. The idea of using, the camera's so good, we're using it to live stream.
Well, thank you for calling. Any other questions? Or is he still there? No, yeah.
If you guys were getting an S20, which one would you get?
Ultra.
Yeah?
If I'm wasting money, why not?
Well, I'm not saying wasting money.
Oh no, I couldn't. I'm a Note guy, so I'm kind of stuck.
Me too.
Like I was right on my devices, and because of that, I'm kind of locked in. I was super excited about the Moto Stylus for about a minute.
Yeah.
And then I read about it, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm not excited.
So
yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm stuck with that unless I switch to a new machine, which I've been thinking about doing with like a Windows machine where I can actually write on the screen. Then I can go anywhere.
Okay.
That's my big thing. I like to mind map. So right now, stuck on the Note, the S20 Ultra looks great to me. I know the zoom sounds like a real gimmick. I do want to be able to have an all-in-one machine like that content creator was talking about. Like I would love that if it was possible. Now, do I want to edit on a touchscreen? Probably.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah. But then again, I was talking to my son about this, and he's like, well, I'm touch first. I'm like, yeah, you're right. He's used to this. And I'm like, I need a mouse. I don't know how to edit without this. So maybe a whole next generation.
So, yeah, it's
the
all
next
about
generation
the
doesn't even have to
interface.
type. They could just do their whole 5-paragraph essay at school with voice dictation.
Yep.
Do you want to take another call?
Why not?
All right. How about Ben from Canada? Ben, thanks for calling. Oh, Ben, are you there?
Oh, Ben.
Did we lose Ben?
Is he Ben now or is he Kylo? Sorry, that joke is stupid. Anyway.
I guess we lost Ben.
Yeah, I think, for me, like the mid-range S20 is going to be the sweet spot
So
for
the
a
Plus.
lot of people. Yeah, the Plus.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't have a micro SD card slot, would you still want to get it? That to me is actually kind of a really big deal.
Well, so I'm looking at our little chart on the site here, and it looks like the Plus comes with 2 storage options.
Okay.
128 or half a terabyte. So, I don't know, you get that 512, and I feel like you're good to go.
Ben is back, guys.
Oh, Ben.
Good news.
Welcome back.
Ben from Canada. Thanks for calling.
Hi there. How are you guys?
Hey, what's your question?
What do you guys think about the new Galaxy Buds Plus?
So yeah, we touched on that a minute ago. I think they're underappreciated overall in terms of sound quality.
Mm-hmm.
I've used a bunch of buds trying to find like the ones that, when I finally made a decision like I'm gonna ditch a wire and go through wireless buds. I went through about 4 pairs and returned them all until I landed on the Galaxy ones. I think they do a really good job. They are by far the most comfortable buds that I've ever used, and now that they're getting a bit of an upgrade, again, this is like an incremental kind of thing. I don't think this is, unless I pop these in and the sound quality is just mind melting, it feels like an incremental kind of upgrade. And yeah, if you're in the market for that kind of thing, it's that price is real solid too. If you're in the market for wireless buds, I think you should definitely consider them regardless of the platform you use. They work with Apple stuff as well. They've got like little touch sensors on them. I'm not in the bag for them. I'm just saying, like, I really like them. They actually are really comfortable and really good.
Yeah, I feel like I would be so moody with something that could fall out. So yeah, it's the fact that you tested a bunch of them.
Oh yeah. They are shockingly sucked into your ear canal
in a good way.
In the good way. Yeah, so.
When they talked about simply taking the device and charging it with your phone for 3 minutes, getting an hour back the playback, I thought that was really cool to hear.
That's cool.
It's some of these things you need to like hear the real world thing of like, can this wireless charge from my phone? Yeah, but when do I need this and how long do I need this?
I'll say this though, to that specific point of like holding the case up against the back of your phone, like I have the Note 10 Plus that does that with the wireless charging. I've maybe used it once. I just haven't found myself in that very specific situation.
But you can do it.
But you can do it.
You can't do it with the Z Flip.
They also need to be like very still. I don't know if the charge, zone for the S20 is larger, but I've noticed when I've used it on the back of this thing, you really gotta like let it sit there. They were showing a picture of someone holding them in the subway.
It together.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it. But yeah, it works. It definitely works.
Use that Kung Fu grip.
Yeah.
Like the G.I. Joe toys.
Just put Velcro on them or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that'll class it up right there. That's what your S20 Plus needs.
That's how it works. Velcro.
Samsung
Velcro.
Favorites announcement from the show? What do you got, Bridget?
All right, I'm going to go with the fact that they actually talked about the durability and something different about a Flip, and what it can do. So I like the Z Flip for that reason, for actually like going, hey, we didn't just make it bend, but we actually thought differently about like what it can do. It can sit differently. The apps can be used in new ways. So that was my like, thank you, Samsung, for addressing that.
How about you, Jeff? What's your favorite part of the whole presentation?
Nothing really like blew me away. I think it's interesting to see that they've made a case for 8K in what feels like a very premature way. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious to see how the other manufacturers respond to that. I think like it's interesting to see this. It's the first big device event of the year. It sort of paves the way for the rest of the year, for the rest of 2020. So I'm more curious in the response, and I'm more curious now about the Note 20.
That seems like it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm excited about the fact that Samsung didn't hamstring the S20 and S20 Plus. The 8K video recording was on all 3. I thought that was going to be just on the Ultra.
Same here.
It seemed like they were like, okay, if you want this amazing stuff, you got to pay $1,300 to $1,400. And I was really surprised that they bothered to allow this kind of camera technology on their lower end phones. That just shows that they're still saying the S20 is premium. We're not going to the $749 price like Apple has. which I think is maybe a mistake.
That always bothers me with the iPhone because I feel like they like, oh, we left off a whole camera on that starter one, and this one, if you start in that first one, it's $1,000 still, but you know, you don't feel totally left out on the cameras.
Your domino's just as good as the other guy's domino.
Yeah.
That does it for us at CNET. Thank you for joining us today. If you've got questions about Samsung's event, let us know on Twitter still. We'll be following along. If you're watching us on YouTube now, you should hit that follow button, ring a bell. Maybe the bell is on the site. Then you can actually watch more CNET stuff all the time. If you want to keep up with Google stuff, Samsung stuff, check out Alphabet City. The guy that does that show, he's fantastic. So long from New York. See you later.
Bye, guys.